Today we are ranking every Jujutsu Kaisen manga volume cover. The last two recently came out, so now we have all 30. And we're gonna see which ones are the best, the most mid, and absolute garbage. There's probably not many that are garbage, but I have a few in mind. But anyways, we're gonna hop straight into this. Starting with JJK0. It has Yuta and Rika on it. I mean, you can also see like a bit of detail of Rika's cursed spirit form in the background. That actually is really cool. I think this is a good A tier. There's nothing to dislike about this. I think this one's very fire. The colors are absolutely amazing. A lot of the early ones are honestly perfect. Like moving on to volume cover 1. What is to dislike about this? This one is just super clean. I'm gonna leave this an A tier as well. I'll be pretty lenient with everything else, but S tier, I want to save that like for a select few, because I know there's some that are absolutely amazing. A or S is justifiable. Yeah, I agree. Honestly, volume 2, another A tier, right? I mean, the Megumi with the Nue, that's just too clean. I think the Megumi is the best of these ones so far. We'll just leave it in the order it is though. The Nobra one, I don't know. I feel like these first ones are just not misses whatsoever. I might put volume 4 in S tier though. That might be the first S tier, because Gojo, yeah, I do think Gojo is probably going to be S tier besides one of the later ones. The later one with Gojo isn't that great, but the one with Gojo in volume 4, that one's fire. The blue, the pose, look at that pose. Like, I don't want to try and do that. I'm gonna look goofy doing that. Only Gojo could pull something like that off. I don't know what that white line is though. We haven't talked much about Nobra's though. That one's cool. She got the nails, doing a little hairpin technique. Pretty fire, just like the rest of these in A tier. Least intense Gojo Glazer. What do you mean? Is this not an S tier volume cover? The background on 5 brings it down for you. Okay, let's move on to 5. We got Toto with Homegirl in the background. I think the pose is absolutely sick. I'm a big Toto fan, so I'm a little biased, but you are right with the background. If it was just like that blurred out, like high-dye type thing like the others, I think it would be an A tier, but I'll put this one in B tier, right? I think that's a good B tier. The pose is too clean. I mean, he's hitting the... with Homegirl in the background. Volume 3 is a B for you. I could see that because the background is a little dull. I agree with you there. I do think it's better than the Toto, but you're right. I'm gonna probably bump it down a bit just for the sake of getting this list more spread out. Next up, we got Mahito. This one has a lot of detail into it. I just don't like Mahito as a character, which makes me biased to leave it down here. Kind of weird to look at. This isn't very pleasant looking. It doesn't look bad though. It's very detailed. Too much going on. I could see that. I mean, if I put my bias aside, I'm gonna say it's a solid B or C. I like what they did with the font. It's different than usual. I just realized that. But purely art speaking, I'm gonna say B or C. I think I have to put it in B just from how detailed it is. Next up we got Choso. I like the Choso one, but I don't think it stacks up to the A tier here. I feel like Gege drew Choso a little weird here. Not weird. It doesn't look bad, but his face is a little, I don't know. Do y'all feel me? I can't really explain it. His face looks a little bit off for Choso. Or maybe he just drew Choso a lot better later on, if that makes sense. I don't know. Choso one is solid. I'm gonna say that's B tier. Yo, y'all are really saying I'm tweaking for putting Gojo at the top. Are y'all just hating on Gojo? That is a perfect manga volume cover. Oh, speaking of which, Toji, yeah, S tier. Immediate S tier. The colors, the pose. You can't get much better than this, right? Like, this Toji volume 8 cover is amazing. I actually have this volume. It's like one of the few mangas I even have. I don't collect manga, but I seen this in like Barnes & Noble. I was like, yeah, I'm copping that. 100% hating on Gojo, but I'm a hate anyways. At least y'all admit it. That one's just hard. Yeah, that one is better than the Gojo one, maybe. Might just be. Next up we got Kenjaku. No, this is Geto. I believe this is Geto. I'm not a fan. It's just super dull with the background. Like, the background's just a weird gray color. To go from the Toji to that, and let me preface by saying none of this art is bad by any means. I'm not hating on the art. I'm just rating my personal preference. This is no hate to the art whatsoever. I think he looks detailed enough to get him in C tier though. Like, I'm gonna save D tier for the ones that are just atrocious. The Mechamaru cover, I like the concept with him standing in between all the different Mechamarus, but I'm not feeling this one either. I'm not really feeling it. And then the background is just a solid color. Like, all of the ones here have like some kind of special design going on, and then his is just solid pink. I don't know. I'm not a fan. The dual colors for Geto because he's depressed at the time. I feel you on that, but I feel like that's not what it captures for me, right? Like, I feel like you could capture that a lot better with those colors than what it did here. But yeah, that makes perfect sense. I like the concept. Not a big fan of how it looks, and his stance is a little I don't know. We could have got like a crazy one with Ultimate Mechamaru. That might have been better. Ultimate Mechamaru. Someone said we need some new allegations for my boy Jay. Why? Someone ban that guy. Oh, number 11, we got Nanami. Yeah. This has to be S tier, right? I mean, it's one of the few volume covers that incorporates his curse technique in a very clean way. Well, now that I think about it, a lot of them do incorporate the techniques, but not as good as the Nanami one. Like Megumi has Nue, but like Nue is like part of the cover. Noburu's holding the nails and stuff. There's some other ones as well, but I really like the Nanami one. That's gotta be S. Some people are saying A. Some people are saying A. This is my list, but at the same time, I'm gonna incorporate, you know, a bit of objectivity to it. I know art is obviously subjective, but you know, we just going with the flow here. That is sick. You got his watch. He flexing the watch, the glasses. Oh my god.
Get off that nigga dick, bro. What is you doing?
I think it's S tier. He can't go lower than A. I agree with that. Like if I want to be super strict with the S tier, I'll put Nanami in A, but at the top of A, like very high A. Let's be strict with the S tiers. We'll leave Nanami in A. Nah, I don't know. I'm leaving him S. I don't care.
Oh my god, bro. Is dick riding all you do? Like, you literally got that nigga dick in your mouth right now. I see it.
The Mei one, that, oh my god, I don't want to see that. Mei, no. She don't even got a shirt on the volume cover. Is that the volume where she like is in the hotel with her brother too? Like that is just rock bottom. This is probably the worst volume cover of all of Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah, she's staying at the bottom. I better not see y'all Sims put this in S tier. Female Diddy does not belong anywhere but the D section. D for Diddy. Next up we got Kusakabe. Oh my goodness, Kusakabe's goes crazy. This is an A tier. The pose, I really like Kusakabe's. I haven't really even looked at this one much. I remember at the time a lot of people were upset, like, why is Kusakabe getting a cover? But this is sick. Yeah, they cooked with that one. Next up, oh my goodness, another S tier. Sukuna volume 14. The colors, I say this about all the ones with good colors, but I mean this when I say it. This one definitely has the best colors. The purple, blue. Oh my goodness. This is one of his best looks on this volume cover. Easily. Out of all the Sukuna volume covers, that one's definitely the best. Okay, what if Mei was oiled up in the cover? I mean, she kind of looks oiled up. I mean, I don't think that's really a factor for me. Volume cover 15 is just absolutely disgusting. It looks terrible. Mahito's like choking on a chicken wing or something. That one's going in the Diddy section. Why would that be a volume cover? Like, don't get me wrong, it's detailed. It looks, the drawing's cool. I'm not even gonna say it's cool. It looks good, but he's choking on something. Is there like a hidden meaning behind this? Like, is there something I'm not getting? Or is it really just Mahito tweaking out? Can you, buddy said, can I zoom in on Mei? He said zoom in on Mei. That's crazy. Let's go with Kenjaku up next. Volume 16. Solid A tier. It's not the best, but it's just very solid all-around cover. It's better than everything in B for sure. The colors really stand out. The yellow on his little, like, I don't know, gown thing. The red in the background really stands out. It is a little freaky though, because if you like zoom in on this, he pulling the brain out and licking the brain juices. That's actually kind of nasty. He's slurping up them brain juices, but it gets the job done. Why do you not zoom in on the best one, Mei? Didn't you just say that earlier? I'm not zooming in on Mei. All right, next up we got Naoya. Naoya Zenin, I think it fits perfectly in B tier. I really like how he's like pouring the blood over himself. That's a very cool detail. I mean, definitely stands out amongst all the poses. But I'm not gonna lie, my boy looks a little like Neville from iCarly here. My boy looks like Neville from iCarly. He's staying here. Sukuna versus Diddy, who wins? What do you like? Why does that come into your mind in this topic of discussion? We're talking about volume covers and we're talking about Sukuna versus Diddy. Hikari is another S tier. Volume cover 18. I mean, this thing is like super vibrant. It's a lot of the same things that do well that I mentioned, like the colors, the poses. But I mean, Hikari just got that aura. Honestly, yeah, and it got the cards on here. Like I was about to say, like if you look closer, these little yellow lines and boxes are cards, like dice or something. I know these are cards and it looks like some kind of, like, I forget the name of the game. Is it shogi? These little dice type things, or are these all cards? I don't know. It perfectly encapsulates Hikari. The energy of Hikari is like perfectly visualized with this cover. Easiest S tier. Easy S tier. Straight S tier. Yeah, pure aura. We got Higuruma. Not gonna lie, I feel like they could have did better with Higuruma. He's got like a blue sky behind him, but I feel like they could have made it look so much tougher. Like put him in like a courtroom or something. Yeah, this one I'm feeling B tier for this one. Although I wouldn't be mad if I had it in C tier. I might just put it C tier. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like it doesn't stand out as much to me. Volume 22 is S tier just because of Maki. Oh, Volume 22 is coming. Maki is fire. We got Ryu. A little bit of zesty fit looking fella here, but it's solid. He's got the fit on full display. It's such an easy, I should know this, and I don't even watch JoJo's. Is it Josuke with the cut, like with the little like, yeah, Josuke, yeah, Josuke. He got the Josuke looking cut. I am not a JoJo's guy, y'all. Even I know he got the Josuke looking cut. We'll put him in B tier, I guess, right? I mean, I feel like a lot of my personal biases towards the characters impact their placements. I'm gonna just put him in C tier. I mean, you would have to make Ryu look really tough to put him in one of these higher tiers. But yeah, so far we got the S tiers, A tiers, B tiers, and the C tiers, and the Diddy tier. Ooh, volume 21, Kashimo, absolute fire. I think that's an easy A tier, no hesitation whatsoever. I do think they could have done a little more with the whole lightning aesthetic, but it does enough for me, right? The color of his hair really pops out. I mean, that is such a sick color. And we got the little lightning around his little hair strands. But now we got volume cover 22, Maki. Maki's is absolute heat. The question is it good enough to get S tier? I don't think it's vibrant enough. I mean, the duller colors aren't bad, but in terms of standing out, it doesn't really stack up to some of these like Hikari, Sukuna. Like, I don't think Maki's goes band for band with these ones. I'm gonna say it's an A tier. Another comfortable A tier. Next up we got Yuki. I like Yuki's a lot. I think Yuki's probably a solid A tier. It definitely does the heart background a lot better than the Toto cover. I feel like the orange doesn't go as well with the hearts as the pure white. And then you got Yuki holding the sphere there. Yeah, this one's definitely fire. Easy A tier. A tier is getting kind of crowded though, y'all. Next up we got Hana. This one is clean, very clean. I definitely think the colors and design are just really fitting with this one. I'm kind of running out of ways to describe how I like or dislike these things. I'm not great at explaining my artistic preferences. I think it's a good B tier. It would be higher if it's a character I'm probably more like inclined to rank high. Like, I like all of these characters. Like Kusakabe kind of snuck in there, I'm not gonna lie, but his is tough. His is tough. But Angel, solid B tier. Oh, volume 25, another Sukuna. Sukuna just, this made Sukuna done went 3 for 3 because this is crazy. Colors don't really pop as much, but how could this not go in S tier? Like, this man really had the trifecta of volume covers. Yeah, of course Sukuna got the best covers, right? I mean, he's not the only one with multiple, but he's the only one with multiple good ones. Gojo volume 26. This could have easily been S tier, but I mean, look at Buddy's face. Buddy just looks like a troll. What is his face? Why did Gege draw him like this? It's just like a troll to all the Gojo fans, I feel like. I'm gonna have to put this one in C tier or D tier, honestly, because he just made him ugly. Colors are so good. Yes, the colors are amazing. The flowers, the symbolism. And then his face is like the troll face. Takaba though. Takaba in volume 27. This one's fire. It has the little smiley faces with Kenjaku stitches in the background. The red gloves really do pop here. I think this is like a perfect cover for him. I don't think it's S tier, but I would be comfortable placing this in A tier. I really dig this one. This is another one like Angel and Hikari, just perfectly encapsulates the character. Next up, Yuta. Oh, Yuta. They cooked with his second volume cover. They absolutely cooked. Absolutely cooked. My boy looks like he on the edge of life right now, but I feel like I gotta put it A tier. But it is like on the lower end of A tiers, I would say. That and the Kenjaku one, probably on the lower end of A tiers, but still very deserving. He looks a little too beat up and battered. A little beat up and battered. Yeah, it's lagging right now. Next up, volume 29. One of the newer revealed ones with Sukuna. Like I said before, they really done gave this man 3 for 3. Why am I repeating the same word over and over again? I mean, like I said, I'm not amazing at describing my artistic preferences, but at the same time, there's only so many ways you can describe how good a volume cover is, I feel like, right? Once we get to these higher numbers like 20s, 30s, how much more can I say about him, you know? This one's a little zesty. Is it S tier? I don't think so. I think it's a definite A tier. Definite A tier for volume 29. Sukuna cover number 3. The details go crazy, especially like the little slash star things, whatever those are. They like half these characters got their tongue out in these. I just realized. Let's do a tongue counter. 1, 2, 3, right? Gojo, Sukuna again. Is that a finger or his tongue? I'm just gonna count it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Mei's is just so zesty, I'm gonna count it. Maito's as well, the other one, I lost count. 11 tongues. That's like a third of the volume covers with tongues. But lastly, we got volume cover 30, and I think this is the perfect way to round this out in S tier, because Yuji with the domain expansion hand sign, you would expect a lot You would expect a lot more of these to have domain expansion hand signs, but do any of them besides Yuji? I don't think so. I mean, how much better could you get than a domain expansion hand sign on a volume cover? And there we have it. Let's go through these tiers. S tier, we got Gojo, Toji, Nanami, Sukuna, Akari, and Yuji. I think these are absolute gas. If I had to move 2 down, probably be Nanami and Yuji, or one of the Sukunas. But yeah, I'm very happy with this S tier. A tier, we got Sukuna again, Yuta, Yuji, Megumi, Kusakabe, Hinjaku, Kashimo, Maki, Yuki, Takaba, and Yuta. Yuta has some very solid volume covers. He got him too. B tier, we got Nobara, Todo, Mahito, Choso, Naoya, and Angel. I think Angel definitely sits at the top of B tier. C tier, Geto, Mekamaru, Higuruma, and that boy Ryu. I'm not sure how Ryu got a volume cover. That could have easily been another Megumi or something, right? And then D tier, we got Gojo in volume 26. If this had the right facial expression, not even, like if he just didn't look like a troll, this would be like an S tier. It's crazy how the facial expression can drag it down so much. A Maharaga cover would go so hard. Yes, indeed, ding dong. Jay putting Gojo in D tier is helping him beat those allegations. Like, y'all think I'm a Gojo glazer like that? I mean, I don't know, man. I got him in S tier and D tier. That's like the embodiment of unbiased. My all-time favorite would have to be Gojo, Hakari, or Toji. The 14 is amazing as well, like any of these 4. But yeah, Gege cooked with volume 4. But anyways, if you're watching this not on the stream, if you're watching on the YouTube video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your favorite volume cover on this list or of all time in any anime, manga.